I do really like the Kunkka ban though from Predator. It's another lane winning hero. It deals well with a Rubik mid, funny enough, as well as just wins this lane usually in general, and gives you this really nice just
5 seconds.
It's more team fight, right? You've got the boat on top of the vacuum and the wall. I really like the Kunkka ban from Predator. Have to see what Odd wants to grab here to round out their draft. Looks like they need themselves a mid laner. They could just go back for the OD if they want.
Yeah, like that's something that can supplement the damage output from Lifestealer to some extent. Because Darkseer is very utility focused as far as offlaners go.
Yeah.
So it needs someone that can, and a secondary here that can actually right click. OD would come to mind as like a very popular one. And then beyond that, I guess Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Fiend could actually be good too. I don't hate Shadow Fiend.
I've seen it a little bit more in SA than in other regions when the hero was sort of popular, right? So it's not completely out of the question, I think.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at Jamari's. It's like Quap, Ember, Invoker. A lot of like your classics.
Question is, what do you want to pick into a Doom and Enigma, right?
Yeah, that's it, right? Like you don't really. I don't think you want to play Invoker here. You don't want to try and out team fight them. Well, I mean,
maybe you do.
You can out
Puck, you know.
Yeah, but the problem with Puck then, right, is you go.
10 seconds.
Then you have a solo core, right? Then it literally just becomes, okay, you can Doom. So is the Ember Spirit. So a little bit spooky playing Ember into Black Hole, Doom, Grimstroke.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of CC here, but at the same time, we talked about already how squishy those supports are. We talked about like it's okay. It's okay.
Remaining.
Some of these things you can play around if you're fast enough. Like Enigma, he winds up for the Black Hole, you zip away. Doom winds up for his ultimate, you zip away, or maybe over Lincoln Sphere, something like that. Soulbind is a little bit different because I do believe it prevents the Remnant Jump, right?
Yeah, it doesn't prevent Slight though, and I'm not sure what happens if you Slight and then activate the Remnant Note. That's an interaction I have yet to test. But it only prevents, the other thing too is that it only prevents the jump when you're leashed to someone. So you can't just like solo drop it on him and then prevent it. It has to be, you have to be attached to something.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it is an escapable hero, and they don't have, like you said, the best lockdown. There's a lot of wind up on Doom, a lot of wind up on the Enigma. If he's quick with the trigger finger, he can get out.
So now we're back to the question that you posed before. Is this going to be a mid Rubik, or is this going to be something different entirely? Like, how well does Rubik against Ember mid? I would assume
it's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't do too bad because you have the Fade Bolt to pop the Flame Guard, especially in the early levels. You just can't get away with it, and you have pretty good stuff to steal. You have a good base damage advantage, but it is going to be the Shadow Fiend. Okay, so this is position 1 Doom then. Yeah, Atun Doom.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how this goes, man. Like I don't know. This is something else.
It really is an unconventional draft. Let's just say it like that, so you don't yell at me again. But yeah, that Shadow Fiend on the side of ThunderP actually also does well against Ember's Bird. Like you have this massive amount of magical burst damage, especially with the raises, to eat through the Flame Guard, do a bit of extra damage too. Not to mention the physical damage that Ember's Bird cannot really do much about.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Shadow Fiend, if he does get ganked, like if you see the same kind of tiny rotations that Matthew was able to put together in the early game for ThunderP, the last game, he's going to be very vulnerable to that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I love SA Dota, man. Like, I don't think I'd see this in like any other region. This is great. Atun, man, I want to see it work. And the nice thing this lane matchup does actually do is you have the Devour against the Darkseer, right? If he puts the Ion Shell on a creep, you just eat the creep. And that's how you deal with it. So cute little interaction there, as well as the regen that you just get from devouring things. So even when it's off cooldown, you can be a little bit tankier. I'm interested to see how they lane this. If they just run this as like a tri lane against the Darkseer, because Rubik isn't really like Rubik isn't really going to help the Doom all that much.
Yeah.
Rubik Enigma sounds like a just garbage lane. So really curious to see how they lane this.
But then again, Enigma is such a strong laner by himself that might not matter as much. You're just basically leeching off of his power. Because ever since they took the sacrifice away from Lich, Enigma is the only hero that can consistently just deny range creeps. And then deny even more because you have 3 extra units, which ups your damage output quite a bit. So it's very powerful in maintaining a creep equilibrium control and just keeping a lot of farm away from your opponent without them being able to do really much about it. So it's super useful to have in the team. That's in that regard at least.
Yeah.
Classic SA pause. Everyone just making sure that no one's lagging.
Kale. Great inhibitor.
But we're ready to go. We can start to see these lanes take shape. Looks like Hatun for now is making his way out top. Already queuing up the Midas, of course.
Doom Midas, man.
He's
Devour Midas.
Exactly, he's the hero of 2 Midases, right? You know? Devour is basically Midas.
Yeah. Well, he's got the. Does he have the Sweet Immortal? Oh, he doesn't have the Sweet Immortal. No.
What?
There's like an immortal that like changes his Devour hand and makes it look super rad. So you can. I always imagine it as like he's got the Devour Midas and then the actual Midas that goes on the normal hand. But he doesn't have it, so now I just look like a crazy person.
I think I know which cosmetic you mean. This hand of Oscar or something.
The hand of something demonic,
that he holds up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? More disconnects.
So Schofield and Matthew both going with the boots first. Looks like Tiny will still end up being faster than the Rubik, thanks to. Oh, he's smoked, so never mind. I can't quite say for sure how that's gonna match up.
Well, question is, will they sniff out these wards? One scouted the other because of the smoke, right?
Yeah, I think Schofield knows that there's a ward there. I don't know. I didn't see. There was a lot of pinging going around in center map, but I couldn't tell who was who. Do they? Doesn't.
I mean, this
okay,
ward...
so Enigma sees Excel right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Excel still has a ward on him. But I mean, this dire ward in mid is one that you, I believe, can put down from the steps without being seen.
So he might have gotten close enough and not. I'll have to see. Have to see.
Yep. Well, we'll also have
they
to
are
see
dodging.
whether we're actually gonna have a game whether Sword is gonna come back.
Welcome to SA, man.
Yeah. Can't say I've missed this particular part of the region. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. See, it's young. It's got to develop a little bit.
Yeah.
It's only really been around for like the last year or two. It's like TI7 was the first one that had its own separate qualifiers.
I mean, the region itself has been around longer for sure, but it only started growing when these these qualifiers came in consistently. So your teams really, or a lot of players really take advantage of that and get better and actually compete on the highest stage. It's Matthew Reese.
He's gonna get bopped.
Ooh, the jukes are real though. They're real.
Oh, he got the chains. That's a lot of damage.
It's Avalanche stacked up together though. Oh no. If they chained that properly, Matthew would have probably died there, right?
It's tough. Level 1 chains is really bad. And it's actually really rough too, because level 1 Flame Guard is like what you really kind of want against Shadow Fiends. You can kind of bully them a little bit. Chains doesn't do a whole lot for you. And we already saw Draken take a really good start to his laning phase against against Jamari last game with the OD versus the Visage. So if he's able to get that start up again, yeah, he's still as squishy as an OD is, but he has a lot more damage to offer in the early game.
Yeah. Especially if you land these raise combos, the extra bonus damage that you get because of that, it is a lot to deal with or without Flame Guard. So
yeah,
we'll see how that develops. Either way, Matthew will be fine. He can even walk all the way back home with these boots of his and still be back in time without really missing out on much.
Oh, is he gonna get this? They might get 3 runes, or 4 runes actually on. Yeah, they're gonna get 4 runes.
That hurts.
Very good start.
This with the Rubik being around would have been a little bit more, a little bit helpful, I guess. They have 4 runes for Team R. That makes.
Yeah. Oh, and they see Doom TPing bottom, so they can actually just TP Lifestealer down there to match his movement, because that's the lane matchup they want, right? They want the Doom against the Lifestealer. He's trying not to show for as long as possible so Enigma can walk top safely.
Hay muchos spikes. Okay. I think that means there's lag spikes. What?
Go!
Can't restart the game now? Like,
go EU.
Things have happened already.
Go Europe.
Europa is a little bit further away. That's it's Moon of Jupiter, isn't it?
24 packet loss. Admin.
Oof.
Admins, where are you?
On to Discord.
Brewy. I don't remember enough Spanish to translate this. I apologize.
Oh well.
Here's the thing, though. It's really rough to call a remake here because
It is, yeah. Especially
these lanes.
Yeah. It's about the lanes, it's about the wards, especially about this damage as well that Matthew's already received. But then again, yeah, if it's packet loss, you cannot play with that properly. Tough call to make.
Glad I'm not an admin.
Yeah. Same TBH.
Shout out to the admins, man.
Just gotta keep reconnecting. Let's try Mari, who's.
Alright, I'm taking a look at these couriers. I want to see these couriers.
Are we at that point again? We just look at
Golden Beetle Jaws. Alright, this Radiant Courier is actually pretty sick. I don't even think I've seen this one before.
I don't think so either. Is that from?
Oh, that is too good.
Damn.
I can't tell if that's awesome or terrifying.
Awesomely terrifying, I think.
Yeah.
Depends on your stance on bugs and whatnot.
I mean, it's definitely better than Dire Courier. I can tell that. Little bounty, not that good. Come on.
It's cute, but it's nothing too special, right?
Yeah.
It's like a small bounty hunter. At least none of these teams have default couriers. I see that way too much.
I know. I don't remember who. I remember covering a lot of SA like a year or two ago, and somebody had the Amaterasu courier, the Akami courier. Oh man, every time I saw that courier, that is my favorite courier in the game, man. I love it. Used to play a lot of Akami.
I don't even know anymore who I like best. Like, so many cute
okay.
ones, so many other ones that I don't have, but are also still cool.
Gracious.
I remember back in the day where having like where you got that, like you got a weird courier for free, right? That was kind of
Yeah.
It wasn't even flashy. It wasn't even.
They're going on mid though.
Yeah, we're just spells. It's all good. Kept an eye on it. But yeah, we have a game now. Looks like everything is fine. So we can defer the courier argument to later. As what the hell is happening here? Schofield bring a creep wave all the way from top. God damn it!
Is that
that's a thing apparently. As I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but it is a thing.
It's happened.
I think that's one way to make sure that you can have a good lane, right?
Yeah. Odd did get the lanes that they want. They've got the Doom solo actually up against this Lifestealer and this Darkseer up against Enigma. Enigma is going to, like we said, be able to deny out those range creeps, but it's tough to put this kind of pressure on Sword.
Surging away, the stun still connects, and trying to block him in.
Is he
being
dead?
done either way. That was a blast.
A lot of these Eidolons dying too, and with the blast to secure it.
It's such a back and forth. Like, you can deny the range creep, but I haven't done the math on what happens when you get all 3 Eidolons in exchange.
It's comparable. I don't know if it's the exact same, but it's very close.
Yeah. No Frank's bottom. Hey, guess what? Just TP up top. It's the same thing, so it's just the musical lanes with Thunder always being one teleport behind, essentially.
Yeah. It's always rough making that first rotation, because as soon as you do, it's easier to match the rotation than it is to do it. And man, they just like he's CSing pretty well though. He's 9 and 4, but as this lane goes longer and longer, it gets really hard for this Doom.
Well, at least he has the inbuilt catch-up mechanisms. So always nice.
Yeah, he's already got the Midas keyed up. He knows how this lane's gonna go.
Yeah. And another boss.
Yeah.
So far so good. No, just a quick one. So far so good in mid actually. 10-4, 10-5. Certainly much better than the last game for Jamari.
Yeah. There's a pretty good animation on Ember. And actually, is he gonna get the skill here?
It's level 2 Flame Guard. With single raise is not enough to eat through that. He's gonna get the skill here now. No self for himself. He's gonna take a lot of damage. The last tower shot almost finishes him off, but not quite.
Yeah. He has ferried out a lot of salves though. This is the third or fourth
snipe.
salve.
Matthew for a snipe, he's committing! And there's a lift! There's a right click! And he's gonna get it!
That's such a good kill.
It's the
That almost gets his Arcane Boots.
That's right.
Like, he's got Arcane Boots at 3.5 minutes in.
It's ridiculous.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That is such a good pickup. And it's a lot of space for SF too, right? You die, you lose a lot of that experience advantage because you have to TP back in, but now that gets equalized a lot because...
His friend's up top, he has enough mana to make a play on Axel if he had the cooldowns, but failing that, Cottle just runs away.
This is when you're calling over your mid lane.
Dude, mid, go! Razor's going cooldown. Oh, come on.
Oh, that was... Excel's making some really good plays, I gotta say. He was killing it on the Phoenix last game too.
Juking like a god right there. Draken still has to like zone in on these raises a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not the first one he missed so far.
Yeah. There is an Invis Rubik though. They're just waiting for the lift cooldown. Is available now. So when Ember comes up to the wave,
It's one raise. Okay.
I think he knows.
Minia's flame got up and running. I'm not sure if it would have been enough even with the full combo. Like
it would have been tough for sure.
Who knows? Either way, he's gonna find Schofield, but doesn't quite find a range. Instead, trying for the runes here. Iron Shell doing a lot of work. Matthew trying to keep him away, but that's gonna be enough apparently to make them think twice. And Matthew got the boundary rune.
Finders, keepers.
Yeah. A little bit of anti-synergy there. The Malefice breaking him out of the lift. But it's going to be alright.
So much emphasis on mid now. Keep up the light also hanging around. Does still have the ward to work with. Wants to establish some more vision. Got Draken here.
Oh, he missed!
Chains is still ready to go. But I didn't want to commit them.
Rotation in from the Grimstroke though. This is... I mean, Coddle's just going to walk away. And now Doom's going to get run at by a Lifestealer here.
Quite a bit. He already has his phase boots. Went for that rather than a straight up Midas for himself. allows you to like get so many more right clicks in.
And now Doom's actually off the Midas hype train. He's gone his phase boots.
So, yeah, bit of action here, a bit of threatening from both sides and mid and top. At bottom looks like they just settled for it for the most part. I mean, Enigma doing Enigma things, 14 and 14. Darkseer, conversely, doing Darkseer things. I mean, he's also always going to get a lot of net worth now. So going on, trying to surge away, but kind of being blocked. Now lifted back in. They couldn't find the skill here, are they? But Frank, oof, almost died first with the Iron Shell taken away.
Well, they do have enough mana for the Doom, and they're going to drop it actually on Lifestealer.
Rage came in, look for some body blocks. Stun, channel up. Do they have the damage here? Axel coming in to try and help with the blinding light. He's just going to walk it off, isn't he?
It's just so fast. 378 movement speed without the phase boots active. It's so hard to catch him.
Let's go to the shrine. Like, even if the shrine wasn't there, he could have just opened wounds. Used open wounds in the center and he would have been fine too. Let's heal up on that.
And down bottom, Sword's just playing under tower, not afraid of anything in the world. Farming up nicely.
So, who's more favored with the way that these lanes are going? Still Team Odd with Lifestealer getting this good matchup, or perhaps Shadow Fiend who's still getting just a little bit more compared to the Emma?
I'm gonna head towards the Lifestealer, just because I think he's stronger as a hero than Shadow Fiend. But I think it really comes down to these mid-game team fights. We've already seen the first Doom dropped, but we have yet to see Black Hole. We've yet to see like a Vac Wall combo as well. So those mid-game team fights are really where things kind of get decided. But off of just how the lanes are going, I'm gonna say Lifestealer.
Okay. Still comfortable leaving him alone. He's gonna take a blast at the face, lose a few of these Eidolons. No big no big commitments for more kills just yet. Schofield though might change that. He was smoked up. He has a DD rune to work with, but Prada is one that he can kill by himself.
If they have the lockdown here, maybe make a run at Doom, but they decide not to.
Seems like both teams are just kind of happy with the way things go.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend was farming up a lot of stacks though. There was like a triple stack on each of these two camps here, and he farmed them both up. So now he's gonna be level 7, 56, and 17 for him.
Another stack right here. It's one of these cool things that that's a strategy for Shadow Fiend in particular. The tops or what? Top bottom, bit of an engagement here. Carlo dies. Schofield trying to put in a DD to use. He needs one punch from Matthew, but he's so much faster than him. But also bring down Frank in the back. Schofield's just gonna chase down Matthew until he has another avalanche, I guess.
He just wants the toss. He wants it so bad. Can he juke the avalanche?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! What a god!
He's juking the avalanche. And he's steeping out. No way.
Oh man, the plays.
Literally
what an
one
absolute
punch off.
He's like, I just played Tiny in the last game. I know how it goes. I know what you want.
Boots gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Found stuff a reach ruin, so bottle's full again. He's gonna need some levels though, right? Most of the support's really kind of hurting in that department on both sides.
Yeah, Tome is queued up for the Coddle. He just needs the gold. There it is. So Coddle and Rubik going to be the Tome receivers. Coddle arguably stronger though if he does decide to get his ult at 6. Because, I mean, Rubik, he's cool and all, but it really depends on what he grabs.
Schofield going in on Frank.
Does grab the ult on Coddle. They need the lift.
Doom this time with no range to protect him. Now the lift back into a stomp, into the silence. Should be enough, unless they have some heals, but they don't. Schofield trying to come and help, but ends up having to toss away Atun. Avalanche Storm's potentially handy.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And every time I check in on Shadowfiend, oh dude, he's going for the build!
What?
Oh, he's going for the CIS build.
Oh,
He's
I
getting
think
them back.
Greaves.
Oh, I love it. I actually love it so much.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen Shadowfiends go in straight Garden Greaves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is such a sick build that I actually love to see out of Shadowfiends. It's like old school, like reminds me of like Ferrari days.
Yeah.
Ferrari Shadowfiend with the mech plays. Good old days.
You know, a lot of value in it. Again, if you go for the Greaves, there's a bunch of things that it can dispel that would otherwise potentially kill you. Like when you think about the Embers Chains or the Open Wounds or something like that.
As well as it's really nice for the blinding light against the Coddle. And then you have the
Oh,
minus
okay, that's a black hole. Frank just says, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Dragon, one race, two race, but not quite there in time to actually prevent Embersburg from getting out. But now, there's, what? He stole the remnants. Rubik catching up, does not have another lift though. So that's a bit awkward.
Yeah. Dropping the black hole a little bit early as the Shadowfiend was still TPing in. Didn't quite have it. But somebody dropped the smoke? Whose smoke was that?
I do not know.
Oh no. The Calais. What is happening?
Movie star. What's happening here? But what's happening is Embersburg is down. Does not get a chance this time. Matthew taking the kill.
What is happening in this
know.
game?
Gave over the smoke to Rubik. Might have been his. Maybe they tried to bait out something.
No way. There's no way, right? Like, there's no way he dropped a smoke on the ground. Ember went to take it and then got caught out. I refuse to believe that.
I mean, you were the one talking about SA Dota and how crazy it is at times. Like, how unlikely is that really? If you think about it.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing. I'm
right.
going back. I'm watching the replay for this game later, and I'm gonna
right.
I'm gonna tweet at you what actually happened with that smoke because I need to know.
Nice Lucas minus. Half stolen by Rubik now. Schofield's taking over, but yeah, he's gonna get some feed levels here now while Ember's down for the count.
Actually goes back for the Midas on a tune as well. Sees the Lifestealer Midas, says I will get one of my own if that's what you want to do.
Hasn't used it yet. Takes a small creep.
Gotta get that efficiency up. And speaking of smokes, they are going to smoke up with the two supports in mid and look to head top. They want to keep this Lifestealer down. Every time Doom's up, they want to drop it on him. And I mean, they've got a 50-50 success rate so far, so they're trying to pad those stats. It's tough to fight in Shrine.
Grim's not quite level 6 just yet, so it's always going to be just the one Doom, but in the meantime, they just get rid of the Vision first.
Yeah.
All of the Vision.
Yeah, they saw them farming under the Shrine, knew that they were safe, so Coddle's going to use that intel to get his own D-ward, trade Vision for Vision.
Invisibility. We're back to lanes being farmed. And I mean, Thunder, for them, it's their team fight. There's a lot about the ultimates, isn't it? About the Doom, the Grimstroke, one set, that level 6 AJB, and beyond that, the Black Hole. That's still on cooldown for just under a minute now.
Yeah, and he's actually going BKB before the Blink, which I kind of like. They have a decent amount of initiation. Well, I guess actually not really. They don't have the best catch. Rubik's going to try and get his Blink pretty soon, but that's Blink Lift into Black Hole. I was thinking maybe Doom, but he just went Midas. He's not gonna have anything for a little bit. He's actually getting a Vlad's next, so he's really not gonna have initiation for a little bit.
But with Vlad's, with mech, can you just straight up walk in and have that be your initiation? I mean, it looks like that's what they're doing right now. Axel just dies immediately.
Yeah, they got Frank down bottom though.
Oh god, yeah.
Just
These are
ran him
these
down with.
classic rune skirmishes, right?
Yeah.
But I'm worth so much
Ran him down
more.
with Surge into Chains and Flame Guard and Ion Shell. Flame Guard, Ion Shell's
Radiant's
disgusting
top
combo.
tower is under attack.
so much DOT.
Hey, I
Radiant
see you have
structures are
some
fortified.
AoE damage around you. How about we add more? This is why Tombs sometimes go Radiance, because you're Scorcher and then more.
Yeah.
You know?
Radiant's top tower is under Radiant's top tower.
We heard you
has
like
fallen.
DOT, so we put some DOT on your DOT.
Yeah, exactly. Two now bottom. Search only came out on Darks here. So, we'll be doomed up in time.
Yeah. Greaves are done on the Shadow Fiend though, so this is the go call for Thunder Predator. They've got their ults ready, they've got Doom, they've got Black Hole. Soulbind is finally up, as long as he doesn't die here to the blink reveal.
Toss back, so supports here, and then trying to turn this around with double silence. Ember Spirit coming in to finish the job. And this Ignis Fartus covered them enough. Oh, that's a root in the back here. Soul was actually walking away at Matthew. But now Prada buying back to help out.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Make sure that that's where it ends.
Dire's
But
middle
instead
tower
of
is
taking
under
a fight
attack.
themselves, I mean, sure, they're gonna push down bottom, took to tier 1, now going for the tier 2. But losing mid tower can't be worth it, especially if you lose Prada again. Alan just on the
That's
creeps
so
after the
rough.
toss back, but a kill's a kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gets the Avalanche stolen, but T2 that they might not even be able to take.
Okay,
They could
it's
rotate
being
down.
chunked down super fast
Radiant's
though.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Wow,
bottom
died.
tower has fallen.
Okay, so the glyph got popped, it was at full
Dire's
HP, I
middle
looked mid, I
tower
looked
is
back
under
bottom, it was gone.
Yeah, it
That
was
is
pretty fast.
crazy push.
I mean, Vlad's swiftness
Dire's
aura
top
with
tower
all the
is under
Eidolons as
attack.
well. It's kind of crazy. Now they find Sword. They do not want to use the Doom, but they might not need it, and they don't indeed. With the Iron Shell stolen, so powerful for Matthew. They have that available now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah. They're gonna send the Enigma up to top lane, and just deal with this. Don't let him get too much space, and then he can probably just swing in mid. I mean, they've got the Greaves on the the Shadow Fiend, right? Like they're in go mode. This is a very tempo-based build from Shadow Fiend, right? You need to be able to put the pressure on, keep going, and keep going. And they know this Lifestealer is going for this Radiance again because he hasn't bought any items in like 5 or 6 minutes since that
Radiant's
Midas, so
middle
they want
tower is under
to
attack.
pressure him while he's still farming it.
Timing was certainly there. Now he just what the hell, Axel. All right.
Radiant's
Was on a
middle
warding
tower
mission.
has fallen.
That's what supports do sometimes.
Yeah.
Get that information at any cost.
It's a good bait by Prada. He just sits on the high ground, he sees him coming, calls over his Enigma, channels up the X-Spell.
To be gone on, really proving to be quite tanky. And Walls goes down. Gets a few illusions, but they're just walking it off.
That's a very big stack of Ancients there.
Fields. Oh, that's a good combo on Prada. He's super low, so he gets his own combo off the double doom over on Tiny as well as Ember Spirit, but can they catch up?
He's wrapping around.
He's running, and
He doesn't have the block. He
that
doesn't have
is,
blink.
they have to focus on a Tiny. Nice little Ignis here from Axel. It's not enough to keep him safe, but it's enough to make sure that Ember Spirit can just
Blink
wait
up.
out the doom. He's ready to go again. Axel keeping the mids. Meanwhile, back. Lifestealer is working away at Matthew. Drag, and he's still just running after people this entire team fight, but now Lifestealer isolated. Does he have a rage? He does not. He gets a black hold and goes down. Thunder still have the control. Atoon still in the front lines here. Jamauri working away to get the sword, but now there's some help. Nice little chains coming through. Atoon still alive though. Goes for what he can, dropping them low. Goodbye, Darkseer. Axel all of a sudden caught on the front lines, and yeah, there's a chain stolen from Rubik to lock him down. Schofield still doing what he can, and what he can is help bring down Shadow Fiend. Another set of chains. Jarmaru cleans up one, and now Frank's super freaking low, but well, there's no way
This is Gabe
he
Newell.
gets out of here. Say on the blink.
Double.
The hell on the follow blink for Schofield though. He's gonna get the triple kill and a full 5-man wipe
4 kills.
after losing 4 heroes of your own. What is happening, Forge? What is happening?
I mean, I think so. They get the double doom off, right? But the problem was there wasn't anybody there. Enigma was still coming down like, damn it. They weren't there. They just weren't there. He was coming down like this, and you know the Doom's running this way, but he uses his blink to get closer to the fight, so that when he's actually there, he can't follow up with blink black hole.
Yeah.
If you blink black hole right here in the river, back when Ember Spirit and Tiny are linked together in Doom, like that fight changes drastically because Ember and Tiny, like Tiny lived that whole time. I think because I don't remember him buying back, right?
So.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's
Ember and
not
Tiny
one.
lived that. Oh no, they did get him. He just respawned. So it was actually a 5-for-5 trade that whole fight.
Damn.
What the heck? All right, so he just respawns,
Yeah,
but he respawns and cleans up house.
Yeah. That fight took so long as well. Yeah. Again, they were running all the way from the river up here, back down there, and like it took so long. Draken couldn't really do anything because he spent all this time chasing. There's no Requiem. There were no big raise combos.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's really cool when you get the soul bind into double doom, right? You're like, oh, I got it. You drop the doom. But if the team's not there to follow up, it's still not gonna get that much done.
This was actually Doom who did most damage for Thunder in that fight, and funny enough, on the other side, it was Team Odd's Axel. Huddle did most damage that fight somehow.
He got a lot of like 3-4 man illuminates off, so that doesn't really surprise me.
Speaking of illuminates, also super helpful in stopping these kind of pushes. What? TP almost cancelled. Almost, but it started in the opposition. Now Sword being gone on.
Rubik was a tree? Question mark?
What?
Rubik has a tree. He got tree grabbed.
I've not seen that before.
That is such a stupid animation.
It just replaces the staff, right? It's just...
Does that... I think that makes him a melee hero.
Does it?
I think it does.
I want to see that again.
That was so bad. Alright, do they have ults? They do. That fight took so long that their ults are back off cooldown.
Even the black hole, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to smoke up. They're going to look for Lifestealer again. He just showed top, so they're running right towards him. But Shadow Fiend's in front. He doesn't want to be first one showing. Blink on Doom, finally.
Lifestealer rages up to deal with the tower. Means that Doom can come in. Rage not gonna last forever. No help
can he fog them?
close. I don't think so.
Okay. Alright, so Doom's down. Can they get towers off this? They really need to be able to get towers here. As he disconnects and pauses real quick. Yeah.
Instant unpause by his own teammate. It's like, come on, he's dead. Whatever can you do anyway?
Yeah.
I just want to play Dota.
You fix your thing, we're gonna keep playing.
Yeah. Such a pop thing to do, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Pause it when he's dead. Or pause it when he's alive. Otherwise, what's it matter? Yeah. Matthew, maybe gonna get gone on in this bottom lane as Schofield is hanging around. But he's gonna be fine.
So, is this game gonna stabilize, or are we just gonna keep seeing this kind of back?
Oh, this is Divide Dota, man. This is run at you non-stop. He gets the deny on Enigma, because let's just be cheeky.
Gets kill on Sword here, the bull. Not sure about the black hole in the middle there.
It's a lot of their team fight on Darkseer, so I don't hate it, but like again, they have to be able to get objectives off of this, right? They need buildings. They drop the Doom on the Lifestealer, they don't get anything. Now they've dropped the Black Hole on the Darkseer, they need to find something.
Now both of these spells are on cooldown at the same time for a full minute, just when Lifestealer finished up the Radiance. Now he's infested into J Maori. If
This
Team
is
Odd can identify
really
this
big.
timing window, then they can get a lot done here themselves, and they're looking. I think they caught a glimpse of Draken, but didn't want to commit.
I'm worried about Draken's build too. I liked the Greaves. I think they're really fun, really cool. But I don't like this Manta follow-up. You already have the Greaves for survivability. Manta doesn't give you enough damage. You're going to have really, really big damage issues very soon. Because Doom has gone kind of utility. He's gone Blink, Flads, Midas. Like you have and then you have a Rubik and an Enigma. I worry about their damage output.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be right. Especially with this one position Doom, it's gonna have to come from the Shadow
Radiant's top
Fiend.
tower is
So
under
it's
attack.
really can
Dire's
scale
structures
particularly
are
well.
fortified.
Yeah. Like, it's
Radiant's
fine for now,
structures
but,
are
you know,
fortified.
give it 5 minutes, give it 10
Radiant's
minutes.
top tower is under
Lifestealer's
attack.
gonna have an AC. He's already got the Yasha pretty much for probably his Manta style, and that's, oh boy.
Schofield will toss back, but immediately gets initiated on.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I don't think they thought this one through.
Yeah.
It's highly a Thunder stab. It does confirm that bottom lane is safe for Lifesteal to push, so they're gonna
Dire's
at
bottom
least
tower is
match
under
this tier
attack.
2 eventually.
Yeah, and you can't push high ground against Coddle Darkseer. It's way too much outpush, so you have to go back and defend. So,
Yeah.
not the worst play for Schofield to do that, but
Lifesteal in the
Dire's
core.
middle tower is under attack.
There's
Radiant's
another
top tower is under attack.
meeting there. They're running this golden down.
they just use Lift though, and unless they want to use Black Hole here, they drop the Doom, but they don't have stuns, and there's a Shrine nearby.
They're not sleeping in the vacuum wall on 3. They're perfectly happy to fight this. The vacuum soul not really doing too much. But now Lifesteal is just going in. He doesn't care. He's just clicking. The Soulbind on 2 under the Ecosmart still covering them, and there's the Black Hole to try and turn this. It will get the Lifesteal a kill, but at what cost? Tomorrow finishing up Doom in the back, and now they're on the run. Blink forward from Schofield. Does have the Avalanche. Does have to toss first into the Avalanche. Almost gets Draken, but certainly sets up for Prada at least. The blast not quite connecting. This Draken is still running as fast as he possibly can. And looks like that might be enough. Only just, but damn. So much committed. They get the Lifestealer, but they lose so much.
That was BKB Black Hole too. That was the 10-second BKB on Enigma. And you get, like you said, get the Lifestealer, but you don't get anything else off of this. So very, very costly fight. You lose a Rubik, you lose Grim, and you lose your Doom, who also has BKB, but didn't actually get a chance to pop it in the fight.
He picked it up after. This lift and Axel would be a free kill, but Schofield wants to help his friend, force stuffs him away, but it's not going to be enough, is it? Nope. Now he's committed. He has to fight, but he's surrounded by 5 heroes.
That's a Roche. They should immediately move into the pit there, and yeah, they're gonna go for it.
Well, they have no ultimates, but there's no heroes.
Ball's on cooldown. Coddle's dead.
Not for long though. It's getting back now. Sword does not have a blink, just pops the wall in.
This is
Surges. Vacuum.
Oh,
Just
okay.
slowing him down here into the... He's doing a lot of damage here, especially with Lifestealer coming through. Dropping the fire! Now, Toon is dead. Jay Maori looking to finish him off in the back. BKB's come in, try and save them, but they've already lost to different heroes. Frank with a blink out. But how fast is this Lifestealer with the surge? Doesn't quite find the right angle though, Frank with the TP. Still hunting,
really...
but yeah, no, they just ran in and prevented the Roche. Easy as that. They can even take it themselves now, can't they?
It's at half HP. They definitely can. You know Black Hole has this massive cooldown. You know Doom is, well, first of all, he's dead. His ult is coming off cooldown, but he's dead for another 20, and you have enough damage on this Lifestealer now. That's a dead Roche, man. That's huge for Odd.
Doom has this weird bug where he can't utilize his hero, you know?
Small indie company, Valve,
Yeah.
you know? Gotta give them time.
The bug's been in the game forever. It's like so odd. So weird to say.
Speaking of bugs that's in the game, actually, there's potential for the toss buyback in this game.
Oh yeah.
We gotta watch out for that. That is actually a thing that could happen.
It's always hilarious and sometimes devastating for the team that's...
I mean, if you're Envy, you make it work for you.
Yeah. It can go both ways, right? If you buy back immediately into the fight, like if the fight's looking good, or... Yeah, you can still turn this around.
I guess.
They are gonna find Sword, but they have to commit so many heroes. I think that's the big difference between Thunder's draft and Odd's, is that like both teams have really good team fight, but in terms of pick-off, Odd really only needs like Lifestealer +1 or like Tiny +1 to really kill anything, whereas on Thunder they have to commit so many
So
heroes.
it's to find Schofield, that's the support. Everyone TP's in, gets a kill. And then what? I mean, you already have lifesteal down bottom.
Yeah,
Getting
you can already
runes,
see
he's
this.
got to push out this
Dire's
lane.
middle tower is under attack.
Getting all 4 runes. Like, you're not actually getting ahead with these plays.
Yeah, Odd's even saying the same thing. They were just circling. They were, he was like, you can see Sword saying like, "There's 5 heroes in here. They're committing so much for these kills. We're doing fine," and they are. They've actually still got the net worth lead. It's not a huge net worth lead. It's under 1K, but it's there. And it's growing slowly.
Right now, though, it still means that some of the heroes are off the map. This means
Radiant's
Thunder,
middle
if
tower
they don't
is
have to
under
use a big
attack.
ultimate for that, they're always going to have them available.
Oh,
The threat of teamfight is always going to be there with the Black Hole.
okay. I don't like this build from Draken anymore. He's gone Greaves, Manta, and now BKB.
That is super defensive.
He's tanky. Like, he's really hard to kill. But he's also doing like nothing in these fights.
Technically, he's still hitting for 300 damage. It's before any sort of auras from the bloom come in. But
Yeah, it's 300
Dire's
damage,
top
but
tower is under
Lifestealer, you know, he's hitting for 250, and it feels like he's doing way more in these fights than that because he's got the feast and he's got this and that. It just feels like anytime the triple raise combo goes down from Dragon, like that's it. He's done after that.
well, let's see if they can make it work and whether they can extend the game. The ball's still in Odd's court, isn't it? To just kind of keep the pressure up, and especially now with the Aegis. 4 minutes left on the clock.
Odds kind of okay going late game though. Like, look at their lineup. You picture this lineup at 60 minutes. You're gonna Schofield dead again.
Looks like it.
A dominating performance.
Yeah, Schofield's dead again. But look at this lineup at 60 minutes, right? You've got Tiny, who has already Blink Echo Saber. He's going Daedalus next. Coddle's gonna have Refresher soon. Ember Spirit is king of late game. He just pokes and prods at you until he crits you down.
Oh yeah.
Lifestealer is going to be insane, and you have a Darkseer. So you're kind of really okay going late
Radiant's
game.
middle tower is under attack.
Now it's not the crit, it's just the Shivas. Also very helpful.
Radiant structures are
Yes,
fortified.
want to put it to use immediately here. The chain is over. On Shadow Fiend, Greaves up, and now
Oh.
there's Double Doom once again on top of the Ember Spirit Black
There
Hole.
we go.
And that's the combo that we are talking about. That's the Aegis down, Darkseer dead as well. No buyback, but now Lifesteal coming into the fight. They want to turn this around, Frank. Picked up a little bit here, turns over onto Draken here. They're shifting the damage between them quite nice in Jarmari. He cannot feel comfortable going back into this, certainly not with all BKBs protecting Thunder Predator. But now toss in! They're not done yet! With all BKBs means the Radiance starts going to work. The Rage as he clicks away Draken. Trying to chase him down, now the chain's perfectly executed. Goodbye, SF. Oh no, they can't fight him with the BKBs, but as long as they're down, as long as there's no big spells, there's nothing left for them to throw at us, so we're gonna throw the Lifesteal at them instead.
Yeah, and that's the big danger, right? Like, yeah, you get the Ember Spirit, but he has Aegis, so it doesn't really matter. I just heard a Refresher. Enigma just bought a Refresher. They don't know about this, so he's going to have BKB Black Hole up. This could be really, really huge for Thunder Predator if they can catch them off guard with this. He's TPing in.
That is. Why? Oh no! Not fast
stopped.
enough.
He stopped for the Malefice. Oh, that was so greedy. He just needed to drop the hole.
Hurts.
And now they know. They know. Because there's no way his BKB was off cooldown in time. They know that he has a Refresher.
Well, so much for that idea.
Oh, that could have been so huge. I think he was greedy TPing onto the tower there too. If you TP to that shrine, and then like either smoke over or just have someone else run in and then blink onto the engagement.
Dire's
Field?
middle tower is
Also,
under
toward the
attack.
darks here. Okay. Tank enough. They need to have Jamari and Lifesteal in there if they want to get this kill. They might still find it though, if they want to go in. But for now, it's gonna focus on the tower. Draken.
BKB in 5 for Enigma.
Waiting by this time. There's double. There's no Doom available. There's Black Hole onto, including the Ember Spirit here. They need to focus on him, and they do bring him down. 1, 2, Lifestealer still in the middle. He can't do it himself, or can he? He decides not to.
5.
Now being covered by the Will-O-Wisp. Should cover retreat for now, but Matthew, he found himself the chains. To kind of try and set up for more. Darkseer, calling it on. They're right-clicking. It's going to take them a while, but we'll get yet another kill. Schofield juking and jiving with the 4-star blink of cooldown in a second, but it's being kept there by the Scorched Earth. Looks like it's going to be the 4th hero. Go down eventually. They're all tanky. It's all taken forever. But it is happening regardless.
That was the fight that Thunder Predator really needed. The cooldown reduction talent on Enigma helping out there as he just gets his black hole off in time. They're able to get the Ember before he's able to really do anything in that fight. And yeah, the Lifestealer lives, but he also doesn't do anything really.
Oh, it can look scary. Looks like prevented the from moving down, forcing another BKB from Frank. This is TP away.
He's already he's on 5 seconds. He doesn't care anymore. He's like, I'll just pop it to live. It's all about the black holes now, baby.
50 more seconds until double black hole is available. It's Cuddle status here. His own refresher, only a recipe away, but bad news is the recipe costs 1,700 gold total.
It's a double damage Shadow Fiend. That's their damage solution. I mean, just find a rune.
Yeah.
That's an easy solution. I don't know why I didn't think of that before.
It is the rune of many wins, right?
That's true.
Get rid of the shrines.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
T2's up anymore. Don't really think Thunder Predator wants to fight into this. They don't know it, but they're going to be fighting under enemy vision, and that's going to be really tough. Well, they do know, actually. There's a gem on Matthew. He didn't feel comfortable on that cliff. This is such a weird... Oh my lord, if this fight...
I guess they're committing to vacuum another one up with the wall. Dragon pops the BKB, decided to fight, but so is the Lifestealer. Clicking away, black hole in the back, catches too. It's excellent Schofield, not really doing too much. Yes, no damage follow up until the second black hole, not coming in just yet. But Frank makes sure that Ember Spirit is caught in the middle of that, including the Darkseer even. Jamari needs to get out, and he can. Lifestealer, where is he at? He's still fighting in the back, being lifted up. There's no way to get down there from there until he rage TPs. What the hell? Who won that fight? I have no idea. It's not even over just yet. The Manastar get rid of the chains. Draken still dead as Lifestealer. The TP back to the final. TP straight back into the front lines, looking for more. But,
Matthew bought back for that fight too.
Yeah, he's also scooted right past the Grimstroke, I believe, who kept himself alive with the Glimmer. Who won that fight?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know.
Hashtag expert analysis.
I'm gonna say Odd did, because they didn't have to use any buybacks, and that was double black hole, which is a very big cooldown. So I'm gonna argue that Odd won that, even though it was just a giant cluster of.
Yeah. It's probably the only way you can put it, right?
Yeah.
Cluster of. Sheesh!
Yeah.
Yikes! All of those.
Yeah, it's gonna be yikes for me, dog.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Alright, so Tiny surged up with his Darkseer and his Lifestealer inside. Just somebody trying to defend this tower. And all of Thunder Predator saying we need to wait for our Shadow Fiend and our cooldowns.
Big nope. Not gonna leave the base until we have that, which means Odd they can establish some more control over the map, clean up these T2s,
is under attack.
and potentially set up for the next Roche. I mean, they have no way to get rid of the shrines just yet.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But, well, the big guy's gonna come back in 20 seconds. That's close to the max respawn time as well, I do believe.
Yeah, this was a long rush respawn. And this is where things get messy, right? Because you've got BKBs running low for Thunder Predator. 7 seconds, 6 second, and 5, respectively, on the cores. But you've got Enigma, but they've got Coddle. Like this is messy. This game is messy. I love it. What do we got? 50 kills in 40 minutes? Those are rookie numbers. We gotta pump those numbers up.
Oh yeah.
That should help.
Jamari has some room to get Arcane. Didn't have time to swap in the bottle though, unfortunately. He apologizes for it. It's fine, dude. It's fine.
How long till double black hole? It's actually ready.
Yeah.
So double black hole's up. Double Ignis is also ready though.
Especially with these low BKBs. If Axel gets that combo in properly, because you have to kind of time it well to make sure to have the maximum coverage.
Yeah.
But I assume he knows what he's doing. If you can get that off the right time with no BKBs to protect him, it's going to be devastating.
Yeah, it could be very big fight winner.
Meanwhile, Roche is up. Teams should kind of figure out that that's the case. Only now finding the ward here from the Dire.
Is there a gem on yeah, okay, so Tiny's got a gem, and so there's 2 gems on the map right now.
One on Tiny, one on Rubik. I just noticed I have Draken muted.
Been pubbing with him lately or something, dude?
Nah, it must have been a voice line spam or something.
That's fair. Oh, that's right, you're the one that doesn't like that. Seek and me go nuts for that. Love it. I missed the comment.
There's a line. Like sometimes it's way too much. Well, especially when it's in the draft too. It might have been the case. I can't remember.
That's fair. In draft, it can be a bit much. Oh, they're gonna find Shadow Fiend here.
Maybe didn't want to go for him. I mean, they don't have a lot of vision over the rest of the team, so they're rightfully figuring, "Oh, this is probably a bait." Some disrespect. So is this Granite Golem with the lifesteal inside. So both teams being very antsy about it. Both teams also have the side wave, or one side lane pushing in towards the high ground.
Yeah, the committal from Thunder Predator is a lot harder right now, though. Right now, it's just the Ember Spirit poking in top. He can clear the creep wave pretty easily, but if Thunder Predator wants to just march up high ground, which is looking like what they want to do, they're gonna have to respond.
Initiating here, Matthews trying to turn this around, but the Avalanche prevented any sort of big plays. Now back into the wall. A lot of damage being done already to Draken. Full swap the BKB, and there's a pushback. Another BKB.
That's a runaway.
Yeah, just a single Ignis, but he only pops the refresh shot. Okay, he's going in! The red clicks are there, 2 down for the count. Has buyback. But the rest of the team still need to get out. TP once again. Another Ignis Fatus, the Will-O-Wisp dropped. He's got them out a little bit too late. Alright, that was the refresher orb used though. Can he go Roche with that on cooldown? Or is that too scary?
It feels scary because it's 100 seconds before even one of them's up, and Doom can just buy back into that fight very easily. And even without Doom, you've got double black hole, you've got Soulbind, you've got like Shadow Fiend's got himself a butterfly now, so he's actually starting to transition and get some damage. He went for the Souls talent. They are gonna buy back for this Roche.
Looks like that's what they wanted to force out at least. There's no Thunder.
This is.
I mean, they can feel comfortable going in, right? They have everything up.
Yeah, they should take this. Like, Wall's on cooldown for another 30 seconds. Ignis is on cooldown for another minute. You take this. Okay, they're going in.
Down terribly fast. Lifesteal again. Schofield trying to go for toss play, but now he gets initiated on himself. The silence. No big commitment though. Until just now. They do bring him down. Jamari in the side. Trying to turn us around, and now Lifesteal popping out. BKBs are there for now. Schofield's still alive somehow. And just Lifesteal's presence for everyone.
Matthew's dead.
It's so low. Is he? Oh, yeah, he is. What the hell? How did he die?
They're gonna lose the Roche.
Axel finished him off somehow. And they're gonna finish Roche. Yeah, I mean, what?
Dude, Odd is just owning right now with this Lifestealer.
I think Thunder, they weren't quite sure whether to commit on Schofield or not.
I think you should have just finished the Roche. I mean, it was tough though, because Draken was getting so low on that Radiant, right?
Yeah.
And you know that at any second the Lifestealer can just pop out and start chunking you down. But now it's a tough hold. No Rubik for a minute. You've got double Doom available, but that's pretty well your ace card.
Aegis on Lifestealer, Cheese on Darkseer. Double Doom, sure, but it's going to be a doubled Will-O-Wisp in 45 seconds as well. They can easily wait that out. So I want to force another buyback on Rubik, but for now they can just push down all these waves. Also not sure about the sword placement in mid.
The double ward. 2 eyes are better than 1, man. Come on.
I guess.
See now
Just
this ward.
Pass by.
This ward watches up the river, and this ward watches down. It's
Yay. It's a buddy system with wards, right?
yeah. See, you're getting it. You're getting it.
I can dig it.
Okay, so Matthew is up. He does have buyback as well. But now you're pushing into double Ignis. Or pushing...
With double Ignis and
With
Lifesteal
double
Rage.
Yeah.
It's an age-old thing you can do. Just rage up, go hit the tower a couple of times, but Schofield does not have that luxury. He's gonna be gone on again.
1 down.
He's tanky. There's his 1. BKB used. It's time to click away at it. It's not committal for Odd after already losing the Tiny. Gem on the deck as well. Yeah, not ideal.
It's crazy to me how long it takes them to kill Schofield at this point, though, right? Between his, he's a tiny with 3k HP, then you've got Blink, Force, Avalanche Toss. Like, he's got all these different ways to kind of play around, and even with Doom and this Infernal Blade, it's taking so long to actually chunk this tiny down. Yep. That's an Invis DD Lifestealer. I don't know if I can think of anything scarier than that. What I just said.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, and he's Surge too.
I don't know. Seems pretty scary.
Yeah.
He didn't turn off the Radiance though, so you can kind of figure out. Oh wait, something's in this here.
Dude, you should have. Like, I don't know why you don't just go on that. What's he got for defensive items? Oh, I guess he's got Yule. Oh, that's. He's just gonna hop in an ancient. He's just gonna say, alright.
Just gonna reset, wait for everything to be up. You still had to have the time with the Aegis, right? It's not like you're gonna have to... they need to force something here. Oh. 30 seconds until... or 35 until double Will-O-Wisp. Yes, then they can go for another push, maybe without someone being isolated and picked off. Who knows? Now Draken needs some time to reconnect. It is.
That laugh from Darkseer is really obnoxious.
Yeah. It's among the top 10, I think, but there's still some that are worse, I think. I think Pangolier is the worst for me, honestly.
Oh, that's true, yeah. It's just so long.
Yeah. Who else?
I've got a buddy that laughs exactly like Coddle's laugh, like the voice line one. It's so disturbing. Like, it's really disturbing. Anytime I hear the Coddle laugh, I think of him. Ember has some... What does Ember have any gold Dota Plus? No, he doesn't. Ember's gold tier Dota Plus lines are very, very good. It's like he has one that's balanced in all things, which is the best thing to hit someone with after you kill them.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Ember because he's completely committed to this magic damage build at this point, right? With the Octarine.
Yeah, you don't really need the physical damage in this game. Like they're already pretty squishy, and you have a Lifestealer and like with a Desolator in case you really were worried about your physical. So you just go magic, right? Their BKBs are on 5 seconds, and this is where Ember really shines. Did he get his race? Yeah, he got it. So he got his Remnant restore time and an Octarine core. So it takes him like
30 seconds for recharge.
Yeah, it's so insane. Incredibly mobile. and you just like I said, you poke and you prod. It's a different kind of poke and prod than the crit builds, but you just dump a couple remnants in, do some damage, and then hop out. Then you jump in with Blink Dagger and you Shivas, and you just slowly wear them down.
Yeah, if you can do that, if you can take that to a point where you force out the BKBs, you can start off the proper fight in a really, really good way. Sparta's gonna have Limit Cape to protect him, forcing out the Rage, but you're gonna have to come in and defend this right now. That's all it kind of takes is then DD and Dragon spend time out soon to surge in as poking and prodding. Not just against heroes, but also works against towers, I guess.
I mean, that's kind of what I was saying though. Like, this Shadow Fiend doesn't do any damage. He just hit him like 3 or 4 times, and Steeler just doesn't care.
Jump, moves of his own, falls on the glyph.
And then meanwhile, Schofield's chunking in at top. Because why not? Yeah, okay, sure, you're gonna kill me. Guess what? My Lifestealer's gonna run mid and take your tower there.
Ball stop, he's gonna die. Vacuum wall. Jamar is actually fighting here while trying to keep them busy as Black Hole was used to trigger the Aegis. Second Black Hole, ready to go with BKB with the ultimate there from Draken. They're gonna bring him down a second time. Lifestealer is dead. So is Schofield, and there's the double silence with the Grimstroke. They have to get the hell out of here. There's a Doom only on one. As the Soulbind ended, only on the Carl, but hey, where else you can get at this point, especially his Soul. He's not out of the woods yet either. He is freaking dead with a combo from Prada.
Double kill.
Wow.
How can you allow that to happen?
That
split
fight
pushing,
from
it's a good idea, but it didn't work out at all.
I mean, I can understand the sentiment, right? You're looking at it, you're going, okay, there's double Black Hole, there's double Doom, Aegis is probably running out soon. We should probably just go. But really good fight taking there from Thunder Predators. They correctly split off their forces. They leave the Enigma and the Shadow Fiend behind to deal with the Lifestealer, and then split everyone else to deal with top, and then recoalesce into that 5-man unit once Lifestealer's dead.
They're gonna look to take a set of racks. Trying to stop that from happening. Sword also there. Let's have a couple here. There's a vacuum, and there's a Grimstroke. Double silence into the Ignis, but it's not coming enough to protect him. Ember is down. Doesn't buy back. The cheese being eaten now by Darkseer to make sure that it doesn't have to. Buyback also used on Lifestealer. They need to get something here. There's a slow immediately purged off. There's a tune. Okay, there's the Rage. So trying to chase him down. Schofield now with a toss back on Frank. Can't life by it, okay.
Oh my god.
Lower and lower, but it's taken forever. Frank slowed down on the back. Oh! As Draken hit. The silence is not a Black Hole, but this time the vacuum is there to cancel it out. Another Rage. Frank is gonna go down. He does not care about Draken's ultimate, but he needs to start chucking away at him, and he does. Jamari looking for another one in the meantime. Okay, Shadow Fiend was the Titanic, keeping himself alive just a little bit longer, quite a lot longer actually, as it turns out, but ultimately, Lifestealer, he just needs a Titanic to do the same thing. So
they're gonna have to buy back on at least
so
the Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, buyback's forced out, but same goes now for Thunder. Now it's back to the cooldown battle, isn't it?
Glyph.
Black Hole ready to go. They find the Darkseer, but not the Lifestealer is on the outside. Darkseer's not even dead just yet. The Ignis goes down. Jamar is still in front lines. Draken desperately tries to finish off Sword, but his down charge was not in front lines. Now Frank goes down instead. The double Doom though to turn this around once again, but where's the damage? They need to start right-clicking. They need to start bringing down this Lifestealer, but he's being searched away. The vacuum from the Rubik, bringing them all together. They're so freaking low, and Tiny does go down to the Doom, but Prada does have nothing left to go, and without the Doom proper, it's only the Shadow Fiend. This entire team down and out.
Killing spree. Double kill.
And this should be a game that goes to the pocket of Team Odd. They're all alive, they're all healing, and they're forcing out the GG. 2-0 is the score.
Oh man.
It goes back to what you said before, like combos, team fight, great. But only having this one damage dealer that doesn't do you enough damage because of his item build, it finally broke their back.
Yeah, there's only so much you Like I love the build from Shadow Fiend in like if you're winning the game in 30 minutes, right? Like if you play that like run down your build, you know, just go, 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 push all your towers, then that build is great. But as soon as you start scaling up into the late game, and it didn't even look like they were like mobilizing to end the game early. As soon as you start going into the late game, that build is much better off. Like let your Enigma get the Greaves, let your, you know, get your BKB, get your Manta, that's all fine. But as soon as you get those 3 defensive items and you don't have that earlier Butterfly or a Daedalus or something to amp up your damage, it's a life stealer, man. He's just going to last you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Certainly, once again, though, it was the kind of game that we were hoping for, right? 52 minutes of almost uninterrupted action, and once again, Team Odd coming out ahead in game number 2. Means they win the series and knock down Thunder Predator to the lower bracket. And that means that they're gonna face up against Rey do Picolé. What's that translate to again? I looked it up earlier, but this is something really funny. Anyway, we're gonna have that next match coming up soon, so stay tuned, I guess, for some more good old SA Dota.